Yo, what's going on, traders? This is your boy Jay Devar bringing y'all another upload this week. And in this week's upload, I'm gonna be doing a review on TopOne Futures, right? So before we get into that, I ask that you guys please do subscribe to the channel, like the video, and feel free to comment down below if this is already a firm that you're personally trading with, and or just just share your experience with me of what it has been working with this firm, right? But we're gonna go ahead and hop into it. TopOne Futures. This is the website, toponefutures.com. They did exist in the forex space. I think that's a separate website, but they decided to dabble over into the future space. You know, so right here, they're one of the few firms that offer instant sim funded accounts. Right here. So I think the first firm to do it was Traderify. I think they were the first firm to come roll out an instant funded type of challenge, and so now other firms are starting to do that as well. So a lot more competition is coming over into the space. But so with these instant sim funded accounts, right? It's instant funding, a one-time fee. There's no monthly subscription like we're used to with the previous firms like Apex and TopOne and everything. So there's a one-time flat fee. In this case, a $50,000 account is $324. Also, this account is on sale because they're doing a promotion right now for 50% off on the website. So there you go. It says right there, use code SMASH for 50% off. That's funny, SMASH. But yeah, so a one-time fee of $300. There's no daily loss limit. The trailing max drawdown is $2,000. The drawdown mode is also end of day. I kind of prefer end of day versus intraday because intraday it like fluctuates. So like you can start the day off in profit and then have a couple losses, and you can potentially fail your account or lose your account because the intraday is trailing, right? Versus end of the day where everything is calculated at the end of the day. So I think I kind of prefer that a bit. With the 50,000 account, you get the 5 minis or the 50 micros. There's a minimum, you have to trade for a minimum of 10 trading days. So this is actually taking trades on the account. And also too, I think these days have to be profitable, right? So you can't have any losing days or it's not going to count. So you have to have 10 consecutive, not consecutive, but 10 trading days where you're in profit to qualify for the first payout. They also have a 20% consistency rule. I'll go into the FAQs so y'all can see what this is about if you're new when it comes to futures firms and everything of the sort with these consistency rules. And you can have a maximum of up to 3 accounts, right? So just looking at this, personally, this is probably something I would do maybe when I get paid again from my job. I probably would consider going through with an instant funded account, given the fact that I've previously gotten a payout before from Elite Trader Funding from one firm. I've gotten a payout through them before, and so kind of like to just skip the whole challenge phase thing. Is like, okay, if my trades are already making money, I would just go ahead and get paid out from it. You know what I mean? So not a bad option if you're someone who already has a strategy that you're pretty confident in. There's nothing wrong with just going and paying like more of an upfront fee, and then after 10 days, however much you can withdraw it for the first payout, like would it be like $3,000 or so? You can do that within the first month if you have a really good solid month, right? Because 10 days, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, depending on how you space it out, you can get it done within a month potentially, right? Not saying you have to rush or anything like that, because please, like, there's no need to rush. Like, you're already funded. There's no need to rush to get to a payout. Take your time. Also, too, because like there's no monthly fee either, so it's not like you're pressed to get a payout because you gotta pay the challenge fee or you gotta pay your monthly fee to keep the account open, right? So with the instant funded, it's just like low and slow. You got all the time in the world to get to that first payout, bro. So um, take that into consideration. They have the one step elite challenges right here. These are cheaper, but they're also monthly subscriptions. What I do like is that you can pass these accounts in one day. So if you hit the profit target of $3,000 in one day, I want to say this is what, like 6% of 50,000. Is it? Yeah, I think it's like 6% of 50,000. So if you make $3,000 in the first day, and honestly, I think with one mini contract on Nasdaq, you can net $3,000 pretty easily. But you just got to keep in mind that like that trailing max drawdown is yeah, it's pretty close, you know. So the drawdown is less than the profit target. So you just got to keep in mind that like if you taking one mini, you know, if your trade is over if your stop loss is over $2,000, you might fail the account. So just keep that in mind, right? But I think this is really doable. That's really doable. Um, Drawdown mode in the day, same. Consistency challenge, rule on the challenge, there's none. Consistency on funded with this account is 25%, so that's a bit of an increase more than the 20% with the instant sim funded. So potentially you can make a little bit more profit while still maintaining the consistency rule, right? They have a reset fee of $39 for the $50,000 account. Same thing, minimum trading days 10, max accounts 3, and then so once you pass the challenge, like so if you pass the challenge in one day, you got to be ready to pay that $150 fee. I don't know how long it takes. I don't know how long they'll give you to pay the fee to get started to activate the live account. But you know, just know if you pass in one day, you got to be ready to fork over that 150. So there we go. And then they also have the straight to funded Sim Pro account. I think this is just like a little upgraded version. This might be a tier below their live account because they do move traders up into live. So yeah, the one-time fee is a bit cheaper, which I don't understand why, but I do see that the trailing drawdown it is a bit less, and then also the drawdown mode is different. The intraday, that's that trailing drawdown that I'm not really a fan of, me personally. But you know, and you can also have up to five accounts maximum of each one. So you can have five $25,000 accounts, or you can have $550,000 accounts. So you know, uh, I'm not somebody that got the bread like that right now, but you know, I've seen some people run it up with some of these accounts, and they absolutely like kill it. You know, so maybe once I start getting some more payouts rolling in throughout the year, you know, maybe this is something that I can do for myself. If not this year, definitely by next year, you know, in the start of next year. So let's see. I see this right here, this eligibility score thing. I kind of don't. I've seen another prop firm. They had this thing of like it was like a payout scale or something, or score or something like that. And I'm just like, bro, we don't need it. We don't need no more hurdles. You know, no more challenges and no more hurdles when it comes to like getting payouts and stuff, bro. Like, you know, most of us we just trying to get a payout to either pay our bills, you know what I'm saying, or invest into something else. You know, don't make it harder to like get the money that we earn. You know, so not too sure what this is, but I honestly just hope that not too many firms start trying to do something like this. Like I understand that they have to protect themselves and everything of the sort from, you know, those bad apples that might ruin the bunch, but you know, also at the same time, you know, like don't make it difficult to where your customers can't even get their payouts. You know what I mean? Because like trading is already hard enough, bro. So that's just my take on it. So yeah, these are the account sizes and everything of the sort. Let's see right here. Um, let's go to the instant sim funded. Go to this consistency rule. So for anybody that's new with consistency rules, basically all it is, it just says that a consistency rule requires that no single trading day accounts for more than 20% of your total profits. After a payout is taken on an instant sim funding account, your total profits reset, and the consistency rule begins again based on new profits moving forward. This ensures that traders demonstrate steady performance rather than relying on one or two highly volatile trading sessions, right? So here's an example right here. Let's say your total profit is $10,000. Then no single trading day should account for more than $2,000, which is 20% of that 10,000. So say in this little graph right here that they have, also further in this example, if one of the trading days results in a $3,000 profit while your total profit is $10,000, you wouldn't meet the consistency rule. So you wouldn't be eligible for a payout. So basically you have to keep trading until you're eligible, right? So in this example right here, they did 5 days. These 5 days total out to $10,000. However, the highest day was $2,300, right? So out of the total profit of $10,000, if when you do the math and everything, it comes out to 23%. So this day exceeded 23% of the total profits in a single day, right? So you wouldn't meet the rule based off of this graph and this math. But if, like I said, if you continue trading, so the next day you trade, say you make $1,500. Now your total profits are 11,500, right? So your highest day and your total profit, they divide that, multiply by 100, and now you meet that 20% rule because you traded, because you made your, with you making $1,500, that increased the total profit, and now when they redo the math, now you meet the consistency rule because you're under that 20%, right? So that's how that goes. You just have to keep trading, and so basically, the firms have this in place so people aren't just YOLOing on like highly volatile days like NFP and interest rates and everything of the sort. So they kind of stop people from taking high risk trades like that. They want to pay out profitable and consistent traders, not just gamblers. So that's why most of these firms have a consistency rule. Let's see. They also have a live account. We're gonna go to here, and you guys are free to check out these FAQs yourself. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is their website, TopOne Futures. Let's go to the FAQs. I'm just going over a couple of them, just for the sake of the video, but I don't want to go over too many because I don't want it to be too. Excuse me. I don't want it to be too long. So, their path to trading live, they will move you up to a live account. However, according to them, to just transition you over, you have to have 3 successful payouts from one account. So you got to have 3 payouts from one account, and they did say that they'll move you to a live account sooner than the 3rd payout. But that's just at their discretion. Just based off of judging your trading. Then here they also have a pre-live stage before they move you to the live account. So they're gonna simulate like live account conditions before they move you up to the actual live account, but you still get the same benefits according to them. And so you get the daily payout, so you can take out the 1 payout per day starting the moment you're in profit. So I'm guessing that excludes, I'm guessing they don't have a buffer. They don't have a buffer rule for these accounts once you get to the pre-live. If they don't, that's pretty interesting. There's no consistency rule. There's no maximum withdrawal limits, and it says they have better trading conditions, right? So yeah, let's see. How do they move funds to live? So apparently they can move funds over to the live account. They're gonna sort. They have a live payout policy. Profit split is 90-10. Oh, so when you go live, the profit split goes from 90-10 to 80-20. And TopOne will reinvest their 20% share into helping you scale your capital. They have a scaling plan. Oh, that's nice. Let's see, daily payouts available every 24 hours. Talked about this. The minimum you have to take is about $200, so it can't be less than $200. You got to take $200 or more, which I think most people would do, right? Profits available for payout. Withdrawable profits are profits created in excess of your start. Okay, so they do have a buffer, right? So this right here, just they have a buffer, right? So anything above the buffer, that's what's eligible for a payout. All right. Live account rules. Your daily loss limit will be set by your risk manager, so they have a daily loss limit. Live account, you have static drawdown. It doesn't trail. That's nice. They give you a risk manager to help you with your match contract size, consistency rule. So they'll remove the consistency rule for you unless you request it to stay in place. That's nice. You have no maximum withdrawal limits. So you can withdraw as many times as you want. You can request a payout every 24 hours. And then withdrawable profits are profits created in excess. So basically anything above the buffer is free game. All right. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Okay, here's the scaling plan right here. Upon achieving the following withdrawal milestones, TopOne Futures will reinvest their target profits to provide additional bonus capital to the trader towards their starting balance. All right, so if you withdraw 50,000, they'll give you 5,000 towards the bonus capital. That's interesting. Well, I don't know what all that's about, but if you make it this far, that's something that you talk with them and their people about. So yeah, it says how long does it take to receive the live account? Probably 3 to 5 business days once they call it, transition you over. Let's see. It says you can't withdraw. Yeah, no, you can't withdraw from the starting balance, like as I said earlier. All right. Let's see. I think I did the requirements to request a payout already. I think I did that. Did I do that? Oh no, I haven't done this. Okay, so here's the requirements to request a payout. Uh, Accounts purchased after May 22nd. Okay, so this is something that they just started doing. I think before, yeah. So this is something they just started doing because we're in August now. So it says to qualify for a payout, you need to achieve the following profit targets. Payout targets, just like the consistency rule, reset after each payout. So the first payout, you gotta achieve 6% profit target on your starting balance. So say for $100,000 account, basically you gotta make $6,000 to get the first payout. Right? I'm not sure what the buffer is. I'm assuming like half of that profit is available for withdrawal and the other half is the buffer, right? But I don't know what their buffer is for each account. It says the second payout you have to achieve a 5% profit relative to the balance you had after your last payment. So I'm just gonna say probably gonna have to make at least $5,000 more to be eligible for another one. And then the third payout and beyond achieve a 4% profit relative to the balance you had after your last payment. So probably gonna have to make at least about $4,000 or so, depending on the balance. So you probably gonna have to make, just off the math here, you probably gonna have to make $15,000 or so to get the first three payouts. That's just the math that I'm doing in my head, right? I'm not sure what they mean by the profit relative to the balance you had after your last payment, because like the math can get really funky from that point. So let's say you take out $3,000 from the first payout. Now you got to make five, so you go from 103,000 to 108,000. Now you're eligible for the second one, and so on and so forth, right? So this is what they just started doing, right? Okay, here's an example. If you're trading $100,000 with the first payout, you need to see the consistency rule and create a profit on your account of $6,000. In order to request a second, you'll need to generate an additional 5% profit based on the balance you had after your last payment. Okay, so yeah, so you gotta just make 5%, and then so basically $5,000 and then $4,000. So following that, and you gotta make at least $4,000 following that for every subsequent payout after the third one. Right, so that's something that they just started doing. Because this right here, I guess this is how they used to do it before, but now this is how they do it right here. Okay. So the minimum trading days, like I said, you gotta have 10 trading days. They don't have to be back to back consecutive, as long as they're profitable. Right, that's what they're looking for. As long as you make money on those days and it's within the consistency rule. And I think you probably have to make at least $200 or so. That's what most firms are doing. You got to make at least $200 a day, or any trading day if you're gonna end the day green, basically, or they won't count it as a minimum trading day. All right, we already know what the minimum trading days are. So, oh, they have an anytime payout option. That's dope. Okay, so I guess if we buy a instant funded account, we can pay for a feature to where that just bypasses the minimum trading days. That's nice. Okay. I mean, I'm not sure how much. Matter of fact, if you're someone who's watching this video and you've worked with this firm before, or you've got an account through this firm and gotten a payout with them, if you saw what that option was, feel free, like, let us know in the comment section down below, like, how much it was to add that on, because that would be nice. I'm assuming it would be probably a little expensive. Like, I'm assuming it would be up there, especially like if you're just starting with the account. Because I'm assuming that bypasses this, and I wonder if it bypasses the buffer also. And if it does, I'm assuming that's probably something that's might be a little extra added old cost at checkout, maybe like $100 or so. I don't know. Like I said, if you're someone who has worked with this firm before or currently still are working with this firm, or if got any payouts, if you actually paid for this anytime payout option at the checkout, like, let us know in the comments, like, how much it was. Like, appreciate y'all. Can you withdraw everything at once? I'm assuming that's gonna be a big fat no. Traders in the sim funded stage must follow the maximum payout until live rule, which limits single payouts based on account size. Once you transition to a live account, there are no restrictions on withdrawal amounts. All right, that's cool. So I guess that's what that's saying is when you get to live. I think we went over it earlier in the video, but when you get to live, it's like you can take out however much you want, basically. Okay. All right. Well, there we go. That's TopOne Futures. Me personally, I probably would get an account like this. You know, I probably would get a when I get the money, I probably would get a quick funded account, instant funded account. You know, and just start trading from day one. Um, Also, too, just comparing this to Trade Day, because I did a video on Trade Day like a couple weeks ago, and with Trade Day, it's like once you with the challenge account, once you get through those 7 days, those 7 trading days, and they, you know, if you pass, um, you get daily payouts from the rip. You know, once you clear the buffer, right? So you get daily payouts from off rip, and they're also pretty cheaper. They're also a lot cheaper. Two of those accounts are a lot cheaper. However, Trade Day doesn't have an instant sim funded account. So I think that, you know, if you have the money, you know, why not? You know, especially if you're already confident in your strategy and everything of the sort, and you've gotten payouts before. Like in my case, I have. You know, why not? You know, instant funded. Why not? Go for it. And also too, you might can add on that anytime payout option. That's if they still have that. I don't know if they still have that or not because I haven't tried to like check out or anything or buy an account or anything. But um, yeah, there y'all go. All right, Trade Day, not Trade Day. TopOne Futures, TopOne Futures. All right, well, hey, if y'all staying to watch the video this long, I do appreciate it. Like I said earlier in the video, y'all please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and feel free to comment down below what you guys' thoughts on this firm is. You know, do you think they're pretty fair in their pricing and everything of the sort? Do you feel like this is an account that you can take advantage of? You know, so yeah. With that being said, y'all, this is Jay Davari, and I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace out.